Coming up on this edition of the Center of It All, we talk fun date night ideas with an editor from HappyValley.com. We visit a Penn State program aimed at helping out our troops, and we get fired up about 2000 Degrees Pottery Studio. These stories and a whole lot more coming up next on the Center of It All. Hello and welcome to the Center of It All. Now, deodorant, socks, and hot sauce don't sound like great gift ideas, but for our troops around the world, receiving small packages like this can really make a difference.
The Dear Hero program is devoted to raising the morale of deployed troops. The idea for Penn State's Dear Hero program began when President and former Marine Paul Brandenburg was in Afghanistan and his girlfriend was sending him care packages every month.
It was amazing. I got too much stuff, and so I started sharing it with my friends that weren't getting anything from their loved ones or family and friends and whatnot. And that's kind of what put the whole ball into motion, I guess. When we came back and got off the plane in Bangor, she was up there waiting for me to say hello and obviously see me, and they kept thanking her as they were coming by, and she was kind of confused at first. And finally, one of them told her, like, look, like, Paul was sharing all this stuff with us, like, that's awesome, thank you so much. And she just she felt moved by that, so she decided that's when she needed to do more.
Now, 4 years into the program, Paul has over 50 active members, and they send out care packages all over the world.
We send to soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines. We send them to everybody. If they're in the suck, we call it. If they're in the suck, we'll send it to them.
The program receives information about where the troops are and what they have access to.
We don't know very much about them. What we do know is their rank, their name, and just general information that they're allowed to give us. Obviously, there's a lot of security behind what they can say they have and what they can say they don't have as far as personnel and equipment around them. So usually we get their address. They give a description of what kind of they have, such as, like, they have tents and we have a microwave. Some people will have them, some people won't have microwaves. They'll tell us that sort of thing. And I have roughly 15 Marines or roughly 26 sailors. So then we just kind of base it off of that, and we'll make up to 5, maybe sometimes we do 10 boxes per person if we only have 2 addresses, obviously. But tonight we have a bunch of addresses, so we're going to do 1 per few, and then we have one guy who's just in the middle of nowhere. That's basically what I said. We have nothing, we're in the middle of nowhere, so we're sending him 10 packages.
The care packages are filled with basically anything you can think of. And along with their goodies is a heartfelt letter from the person who packed it.
We send everything, besides tobacco, batteries, things like that. We send hot sauce, we send socks, underwear, feminine health products, hygiene products of all sorts, snacks of every kind you could think of, right down to like pepperoni, vacuum sealed shut, everything you can think of, we'll send it. Little game books, we send little games even, like the games you used to get like to ride in the car, you know, you'd play the little board games. Well, now we send those. And then we send some of our own gear, some of our shirts and stuff like that, and other Penn State stuff. Put a little cover letter in there that I wrote up. It just kind of explains who we are, what we do, and that we're thinking about them, and tell them a little about why we're here to do this and how it got started. And every once in a while we get a letter back, or we'll get an email every now and then, and we like to share those with our members because it's uplifting. It feels good that, like, they're acknowledging and thanking us for it. But I mean, it's just added. It's icing on the cake. It's cherry on the ice cream, whatever you want to call it. We're just here to do it because it makes us feel good that we're helping them, and it makes us feel good that they know that we're here to help them. We're here to support them.
The Dear Hero program sends 20 or more packages out every month for the duration of the school year. This could cost up to $1,000 a month, and for funding, they rely on generous donations and fundraising.
We get out monthly to do bake sales, to do penny wars. We have a huge dinner that we've done now 2 years in a row. It's a Veterans Appreciation Dinner we do right around Veterans Day, and the money that we get from that goes straight to this, goes straight to care package items, goes to sending the care packages, because monthly on average it costs about almost $400 to $500 just to send the boxes. If we don't have the items that have been donated, like we have here in the past few months, then we have to go out and buy those. So that's another $500 a month. So roughly $1,000 a month into getting boxes and items sent overseas. It can be overwhelming, but that's why I have a good crew of officers here to help me. A lot of ROTC kids. They're here to learn how to lead, and that's what they're doing here with the Dear Hero program. They're learning how to lead, they're learning how to take control of positions, and I think it's helping them a lot, and they're doing a great job.
Paul and his members meet each week and have packaging night once a month. To get involved and for more information, visit sites.psu.edu/Dear Hero program. Students and non-students are welcome at any time.
If you're free on Tuesday nights, I highly recommend checking out their program. Now when we come back on the center of it all, we're talking romance in Happy Valley. We are talking Valentine's Day weekend, and for couples, it's a big weekend to do something romantic, and HappyValley.com has some great ideas for some local fun. I'm joined here by Jody Delastrito from HappyValley.com, and your website's about the best of the best in Happy Valley. Say a couple has been going out for years, they want to do something romantic, where would you tell them to go?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me today. One of my favorite places in the State College area is Kelly's Steak and Seafood in Boalsburg. For one thing, the food is spectacular, so you'll be sure to impress your date. And also the atmosphere is nice yet casual, so whether you want to get dressed up or you'd like to wear jeans, regardless of what you wear, you'll feel comfortable at Kelly's. Another great option is the Down Under Steakhouse, and that's in Tofttrees. They have a dinner special that's running Friday and Saturday nights. It includes lobster, filet mignon, and also several very nice desserts and champagne. And if you're more into the dessert part of your meal, the Gardens at the Penn State has a full dinner buffet, as well as a chocolate dessert buffet for after dinner.
Wow, those sound very lovely. Now, say you're the type of couple that wants to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. Where could they go?
Sure. Well, Tussey Mountain is running a great special on Friday the 13th all day. They have a buy one, get one free ski or snowboard pass. And after skiing, they have a dinner special that's located in the lodge at Edge's Pub. You should call for reservations, though, because I understand they're filling up pretty quickly. Another kind of different idea for Valentine's Day, if you're a Penn State sports fan, the Nittany Lion basketball starts at 8 o'clock at the Jordan Center, and I believe they play Maryland.
Okay. And how about for those young couples or couples on a budget? Where could they go?
Sure. Something that's fun to do if you maybe don't have a budget to go out for a full dinner is to pick a nice restaurant and go for appetizers and drinks, or drinks and dessert. A couple of my favorite places to do that are Gigi's and Mario's. They both have really nice small plates as well as really good desserts. Another nice option if you're not looking to go out to a full dinner is Mount Nittany Vineyard and Winery is offering a chocolate and wine pairing, and it runs all day from noon to 5, and it's only $7.50 a person. You do also have to make reservations for that as well.
Wow, well, those sound all like great ideas. And if you want to know more about things to do and places to eat, check out HappyValley.com.
That's right.
All right, well, thank you for coming in today, Jody.
Sure, thanks.
And coming up on Kitchen Encounters, Mel has got elegant and easy pork tenderloins that will impress your loved ones. Welcome back to the center of it all. Fine dining on a budget? Well, if you can't afford to take your loved ones out, invite them over and make them Mel's pork tenderloin medallions.
If the thought of cooking an elegant dinner for your special someone or a group of friends intimidates you, relax. Some of the finest restaurant meals are cooked in a flash, in a pan, with no stress. And that's just what I'm doing today. Join me right here at the stovetop and watch while I make my pork tenderloin medallions with Dijon mustard sauce. Let's get started. Because my pork tenderloins cook so quickly, I must make my side dish first, and I'm making couscous today. It always shocks me at the number of people who say they don't make couscous because they think it's hard to make. Nothing could be further from the truth. It is so much easier than rice, noodles, or potatoes. Couscous is a staple in restaurant kitchens and in my pantry too. I've brought 2 cups of water to a rolling boil with 4 tablespoons of butter today. We've got it all, just turned it on right now, it's all rolling. I'm going to add 1 10-ounce box of couscous, which is a mini pasta, and I'm just going to slowly sprinkle it in. Turn my heat down while I'm sprinkling. Wait to see how easy this is. I'm going to give this a quick stir. Now I put a lid on it and I take it off the heat and I let it rest for 10 minutes while I'm making my pork tenderloins. I've melted 4 tablespoons of butter into 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a really big skillet, and I've cut 2 1-pound pork tenderloins into medallions, about a ½ an inch thick. Now, working as quickly as I can, I'm just going to place these in the pan. And you don't want to waste time here because these are going to cook up really fast. They don't call it flash in a pan for nothing. Just keep adding them. You'll find that you get almost exactly 24 pieces, 12 from each pork tenderloin, and everybody will have 4 or 5 on their plate. Okay, my medallions are in the pan, and I even add some of the little pieces from when I trimmed them. You get the ends that are just kind of small. I put them in too because they're just going to make the sauce taste better. Now I'm going to let these fry on medium-high heat, saute them really fast for about 2 minutes per side. These have been in 2 minutes, and just the way I planned it, they are lightly browned, and I'm going to, using a nice long-handled fork and a spatula to help me do it quickly. Again, I am not going to take my time with this. I'm going to go as quickly as I can, and I'm going to flip these over, and then I'm going to let them cook for 2 more minutes on the second side. I've removed my medallions to a plate, and I'm just going to set them at the back of the stove. They'll keep warm, and my pan is still sizzling hot, and I'm going to add ½ a cup of chicken stock, just enough to kind of give it a little bit of a deglaze in here. Turn up my heat to high. That gets what's called the fond, or the nice little brown bits off the bottom, which is going to add a whole lot of flavor to the Dijon cream stock. That's looking great. Now over high heat, I'm going to add about a cup and a half of yellow onions. You can use shallots, that's what a French chef would do, but I just didn't have any this week. And I'm going to add about the same amount of mushrooms, cup and a half. If you don't like mushrooms, you can leave them out. And I'm just going to, over high heat, let these saute for about 3 minutes until the onions are really soft and translucent and there won't be any liquid left in the bottom of this pan. It's been about 3.5 minutes. My onions are soft and translucent. My mushrooms have lost all of their moisture. The bottom of the pan is sizzling. And now I'm going to add 1 cup of chicken stock. Nice amount of steam there. And then I'm going to turn down my heat a little, and I'm going to add 2 cups of cream. And for a briny, salty tang, a 1/4 cup each of Dijon mustard and capers. And if you notice, I didn't salt my pork tenderloins, pork medallions, and that's the reason why. The salt is in the mustard and the capers. Now I'm just going to give this a quick stir, get this to a gentle simmer, and let it cook until the cream is thickened, and that'll take about 5 or 6 minutes. My sauce has been simmering for about 6 minutes, and I'm just going to give it a stir. And the way I test to make sure that it's got the right consistency is I flip my spoon over. And if I can draw a line with my finger, which I can, my sauce is perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my heat off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding. And my medallions are still warm. I'm going to add them right to the top of the sauce. I'm not going to mix or stir these. I'm just going to let them lay right on the top of the sauce. Oh, the smell's wonderful. Almost done. Put my little pieces in the center. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover this pan and let them sit on the hot stove for about 1 or 2 minutes just to heat the medallions through. My couscous has been off the heat for about 6 or 7 minutes. I'm just going to take the lid off. Look at this. You can see how it absorbed all the water. Now I'm just going to rake through it with a fork. And this is totally ready to eat. How easy was that? And you thought you couldn't cook like a chef. The most difficult thing about making this 5-star feast? Choosing the wine. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website.
Whether you're a chef or a new cook, that dinner is sure to impress. When we come back, we get creative at the hottest pottery studio in town. Welcome back. Now, are you looking for something different? Maybe to create something with your hands? Well, 2000 Degrees Pottery Studio in downtown State College has the answer for your winter doldrums.
Fire up the kiln and get your smock on. If you're looking to have some creative fun, 2000 Degrees Pottery Studio has got you covered.
One of the things that happens here is a lot of family time spent here, and it allows families to do things other than sit in front of this TV or go to the movies, sit in front of the computer.
2000 Degrees has been offering a creative outlet for locals and tourists since 1999.
Well, we provide pre-fired pottery. People come in and they work with what we call ceramic underglazes. People call it paint. We give them an introduction, some do's and don'ts, some options for decorating. So they'll actually paint a piece of pottery. If they choose a mug, a plate, a bowl, it's all functional, dishwasher safe, microwavable. So they could have a usable piece of pottery. Of course, the kids come in and they pick the little figurines and things. After they're done painting, we clear glaze and fire the piece. We call them in 3 days when it's ready, and they come and pick it up. And we have a lot of people come in from out of town, so we do ship pieces also.
This activity is loved by people young and old.
We get everything from infants to octogenarians. My youngest customer was 8 days old.
You can make a functional piece of art or paint your favorite animal.
We have hundreds of different pieces of pottery to paint, so no one's ever hurting for trying to find something they like.
2000 Degrees is perfect for everyday fun, but they also offer birthday parties and group discounts upon reservation. If you want to get your hands off a keyboard and on some paintbrushes, 2000 Degrees is your temperature.
You can check them out at 2000degreespottery.com. Now Andrew Calista traveled to Altoona with the crew from Ahrens of State College to surprise one family with the holiday home makeover.
Ahrens of State College partnered with WHVL-TV to bring one lucky family a complete home makeover. The contest ran during the month of December, and people could nominate their friends or family members and even someone they thought deserved a total home makeover. Over 100 entries were cast, and at the beginning of January, Ahrens announced the winner, Mindy Kern of Altoona, who was nominated by her friends in Tyrone.
Is it?
sit down.
Mindy and her 2 daughters were completely surprised by their 3 new bedroom sets, living room, and dining room set.
It means the world because I know I could never do it myself, at least at this point. It's nice to have something for me and the kids. I don't even know how to explain how much this means to me. Everything I had was given to me. I'm just so excited, and I really thank the guys.
The original prize was for 1 bedroom, dining room set, and a living room set with a TV. But after winning, Mindy asked to trade the TV for 2 bedroom sets for her daughters.
And that I almost brought tears to my eyes when they told me they could bring stuff for my kids. Because at first I kind of felt selfish that it was like, oh, for my house and me. But once he said that, that really, oh my gosh, I was just so happy.
And her daughters were overjoyed with their big girl beds.
I like my bed. I love my bed, and I got 2 new dressers, and it's just awesome.
The first ever Aaron's Holiday Home Makeover was a success. And with their new furniture, Mindy and her girls just can't stop smiling.
Nobody beats Aaron.
Well, that's all for this edition of the Center of It All. For more great WHVL content, log on to our YouTube page, like us on Facebook, and be sure to follow me on Twitter. Thanks for joining and have a great day.